The Young and the Restless. Spoilers next week, July 6th to the 10th of July, 2026. Welcome back to our channel, you guys. Today is a wild, crazy day in the soap world, and honestly, we have so much to unpack about what is happening in Genoa City right now. Grab a massive cup of coffee because we are diving deep into this absolute mess of a storyline. Let's get right into it. And let me just start by saying, wow, just wow. We all knew Kyle Abbott was reckless, but this week he is literally risking absolutely everything to rescue Diane Jenkins Abbott. But the leaks are pointing to a massive, massive disaster. The spoilers literally say the ends do not justify the means here. So let's break down exactly what is going to happen as this whole season 4 arc hits its absolute boiling point. Because honestly, I am stressed just thinking about it. So Jack Abbott is stepping up. Finally, Jack is stepping up and playing a very dangerous game with Patty Williams. A few episodes ago, we saw Patty show Jack that terrifying picture of Diane in a padded cell, and Patty, being completely delusional, is blackmailing Jack for sex. She wants to recreate the magic they had on the yacht. Gross. Just so bad. I mean, my skin crawls just typing that. But Jack is desperate. He is terrified for his wife. So he is actually leaning into it. He is trying to distract Patty so she doesn't figure out his ultimate plan to snatch Diane back from Dr. Creepy, a.k.a. Dr. Lawrence Markham. But here is where it gets so messy. Jack manages to get his hands on Patty's phone. I don't even know how he does it without her noticing, because Patty is like a hawk when she is obsessed with a man. Maybe he pretends to lean in for a kiss. Whatever he does, he gets the phone. And Jack texts Dr. Markham from Patty's phone. He tells the good doctor that there is an absolute emergency and they need to meet at their usual spot right away. It is a classic distraction play. And honestly, it is kind of brilliant for Jack. Usually, Jack is the one getting played, so seeing him actually run a con is refreshing. But what were they thinking, sending Kyle in alone? Because while Jack is playing this twisted game of cat and mouse with Patty in town, Kyle is heading out to Dr. Markham's creepy little cabin in the woods. Kyle is playing the action hero. And let's be real, you guys. Kyle is a lot of things. He is a good businessman. He is a dedicated son. He wears a great suit, but he is not exactly Jason Bourne. He is a rich kid from Genoa City, and now he is trudging through the woods to break into a hostage situation. It is just crazy. And the spoilers say Kyle has to deal with Dr. Markham's Dobermans. Yes, Dobermans, plural, like what is this, a James Bond movie? Where did this corrupt psychiatrist even get attack dogs? So Kyle is out there in the woods, probably ruining a $3,000 pair of loafers, trying to figure out how to get past these vicious dogs and somehow break into this lunatic's lair. I am honestly terrified for him. The fans on social media are already making jokes about Kyle fighting dogs, but this is serious. If he gets mauled out there, Diane is completely doomed. But let's zoom out and talk about the bigger pattern here. The writers love putting the Abbotts in these impossible, high-stakes situations where they refuse to call the cops. Why aren't they calling Chance? Why aren't they calling the FBI? Oh, right, because Patty has leverage, and Jack is terrified that if the cops show up, Markham will just kill Diane or move her. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. They are completely off the grid with this rescue mission. And what happens when Dr. Markham actually shows up at this usual spot and realizes Patty isn't there? Or worse, what happens when he finds Patty and Patty realizes her phone is gone? Let's talk about Patty's wrath for a second. Patty Williams is not someone you want to cross. We all remember what she did to Summer years ago. We all remember her history. If Patty realizes Jack stole her phone and played her, oh my God, she's going to go absolutely nuclear. I predict Patty is going to throw an absolute raging fit and take it all out on Jack, the man she supposedly wants to marry. Jack knows she and Markham are in cahoots. He knows the stakes. But if Patty figures out her little blackmail scheme is falling apart, she might just order Markham to do the worst to Diane. But wait, we have to talk about Diane, because Diane is not just sitting in that barred room crying. Well, she was crying and confused at first, but Diane is a survivor. She has faked her own death. She has survived Victor Newman's wrath. She has survived Phyllis. She is not a damsel in distress. The spoilers reveal that Diane is actually preparing to poison Dr. Markham's food. Yes, go Diane. I mean, I don't condone murder, but in this case, you do what you have to do. She is trapped in this house. She sees those books by Dr. Alan Laurent on the shelf, and she knows this guy is bad news. By the way, I am still totally convinced that Dr. Markham is actually Martin Laurent with plastic surgery. I mean, Patty used plastic surgery to look like Dr. Emily Peterson back in the day. It perfectly fits the show's usual style. Patty probably helped Martin get a new face to look like Markham. It just makes too much sense. So Diane is plotting. She is probably using cleaning supplies or whatever she can find in that room to mix up something lethal. She is waiting for Markham to bring her a meal, or maybe she is going to offer to cook to show she is cooperating, and then bam, poison. But here's the massive, heartbreaking snag. The Y and R teasers say bad news is waiting for Jack and Kyle's plan hits a major roadblock. What if Kyle bursts into the cabin right at the exact moment Diane is trying to poison Markham? What if Kyle's big, loud, clumsy rescue mission actually ruins Diane's perfectly calculated escape plan? Imagine Diane is just about to hand Markham a poisoned cup of coffee, and suddenly Kyle comes crashing through the window, chased by Dobermans. Markham drops the coffee, pulls a gun, and suddenly Kyle is a hostage too. Honestly, who actually believes this is going to end well? Kyle is acting purely on emotion. He is desperate to save his mother. And I get it. I really do. If my mom was locked in a padded cell by a fake doctor, I would probably fight a Doberman too. But Kyle is not thinking clearly. He is rushing in blind. And if Kyle gets captured, that is going to destroy Jack. Jack is back in Genoa City, probably sweating through his suit, trying to keep Patty distracted. If he gets a call from Markham saying, hey, I have your wife and your son now, Jack might actually have a heart attack. Let's just think about the logistics of this cabin break-in. Kyle has to get past the dogs. Maybe he brings steaks. Do you think Kyle Abbott stopped at the Genoa City butcher shop to buy decoy steaks for attack dogs? Probably. And then he has to pick a lock or break a window. Markham is a paranoid guy. He probably has alarms. The second Kyle makes a move, the whole place is going to light up. And I keep going back to Diane's mindset right now. She woke up terrified. She grabbed a letter opener. She was told she had a mental breakdown. That kind of gaslighting is psychological torture. and Diane is already fragile from everything that has happened over the last year. But she pulled herself together enough to plan a poisoning. That takes guts. That takes cold. If Kyle ruins it, I kind of think Diane might be mad at him. Okay, maybe not mad. She loves her son, but she will be so frustrated. Kyle, I had it handled. He was about to drink the bleach. The fans are going to lose their minds over this week's episodes. We have been complaining that the show was getting a little slow, but this is high octane soap opera drama. We have blackmail. We have stolen phones. We have attack dogs. We have poison. And we have a creepy cabin in the woods. It is giving me old school Y&R vibes, and I am honestly here for it. But I am also just so tired of Jack being the punching bag. Why does Jack always have to suffer? He finally gets Diane back. They trying to be happy, and boom, Patty Williams is back to ruin his life. And Patty is so smug about it, too. When Tracy was pressing her in the park, Patty just brushed it off. But Tracy knows. Tracy is the smart one in that family. I really hope Tracy is secretly following Jack or something, because Jack is in way over his head trying to outsmart Patty alone. So what is the ultimate fate awaiting Kyle? I think he gets caught. I really do. I think the cliffhanger for the week is going to be Kyle looking down the barrel of Markham's gun with Diane screaming in the background. Or maybe Kyle gets bitten by one of those dogs and is bleeding out while Diane has to choose between saving her son or escaping. Whatever happens, the fallout is going to be massive. If Victor Newman finds out about any of this, he is going to use it against the Abbotts. Because while Jack is distracted with Patty and Diane, Victor is literally stealing Nikki's entire fortune. The contrast between Jack fighting for love and Victor fighting for money and power is just so stark right now. I don't know, you guys. I am stressed. I am typing this so fast because I just can't get over the image of Kyle Abbott fighting dogs in the woods. It is just too much. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Kyle is going to save the day, or is he going to make everything 10 times worse? Will Diane's poison plan actually work? And what is Patty going to do when she realizes she has been played? We will have to wait and see. But I promise I will be right here, covering every messy, crazy second of it.